So, in the last lecture, what we have covered so far, if we are talking about lecture number 6, in this particular lecture, we have covered regarding CRC hardware components, right? Frame format and error detection, certain LAN technologies and network topologies, and direct point-to-point connection, right? Uh, as far as I remember, when we have gone through the CRC hardware components, in which we have gone through the XOR operation and the shift register, right? And we are very, I have given you a brief introduction that how CRC is going to be calculated at both the ends. At the sender as well as at the receiver end, right? But make sure it is for detecting the burst error, not the single error. I have told you that there is a single type of error that is going to be managed by the parity bit. Parity bit is only going to recognize one bit error, right? And when we are talking about the burst error, they are going to be managed by your CRC mechanism or your CRC techniques, right? And what else? I think we have also discussed regarding vertical type of errors or something like that. I don't exactly remember. We have, covered this in our last lecture. Then CRC, and make sure your CRC is what? CRC is your error detection mechanism. ठीक है जी, आपके पास जो CRC है, it is going to detect the error whether the data that is being sent and received at the receiver end, whether it is error free or it contains certain errors. So this is the main mechanism that is going to be managed by your CRC. Then I have told you regarding the frame format and error detection, right? I've told you that when your data is coming from the upper layers to the down layers, certain sort of information is being attached with your data. And at each layer, there is certain information that is being attached. Like at the transport layer, your TCP and UDP port numbers are being attached. At the network layer, your IP is being attached, and at your data link layer, you might have the MAC address that is being attached, right? So at the transport layer, what we have the data. For the upper layers like application, presentation, and session, it is being called as your PDU. When it reaches to the transport layer, it is called as your T segment. When it comes down to the network layer, it becomes IP packet, and when it reaches to the data link layer, it becomes frame. Your frame, yeah, data link layer frame. Now, my question or the thing that we have discussed so far in our frame format, there are certain types of headers which are being attached with your data at each layer. ठीक है, उनको हम क्या कहते हैं? Header. But when we reaches to the data link layer, the information, the extra information that is being attached with your data, that is called as trailer, and that trailer is called as your CRC, or which might be called as your cyclic redundancy check, right? I have discussed with you in detail how the CRC is going to be performed, but make sure these are the control bits. I have told you that, like your start of frame, your end of frame, your CRC, all these are called as your control bits, and actual data is always being between your start of frame and end of frame, right? So this is the complete scenario which is associated with frame format and error detection, and obviously your CRC is responsible for error detection at the data link layer. And make sure, I have also told you that data link layer is the only layer which is responsible for error detection mechanism in all of these 7 layers. इन 7 layers के ऊपर कहीं पे भी और आपके पास error detection mechanism perform नहीं होता. Just this is the layer. If somebody asks you that over an OSI layer, at what layer your error detection and correction mechanism is going to be performed. So without any doubt, you people have to say that at the data link layer, right? You don't have to be any confusion regarding that. आपने सीधा सीधा कहना है कि error detection का जो mechanism है, that is going to be performed by your data link layer, and over the data link layer, the data format is your frame, right? So this was regarding your frame format. Then we have discussed regarding the LAN technologies and network topologies. Some of you have certain issues regarding topology, but I am again going to repeat it. Topology is nothing more than the structures of computers, the structure of a computer which is being connected together to form a network, right? Let's suppose if you have 10 computers, what is the mechanism that you have to follow to connect them? That's what you can call it as a topology, right? And when we are talking about a LAN technology is something like local area network. Inside buildings, inside houses, you have the LAN technology. And when we are talking about WAN technology, this is something outside of the homes, outside of the offices. I mean, multiple cities, multiple countries, multiple offices, and they are connected. This is called as WAN. The only difference that you can tell to somebody, I mean, if somebody asks you that, what is the difference between a LAN and a WAN? Very simple difference is switch or a LAN always works on a switch. Switch जो आपका है that works on LAN and your router always works on a WAN. This is the main difference. अब switch और router क्या होते हैं? Switch is called as layer 2 device. That is called as data link layer. We know that this is a layer 2. If we are going to count it from down to upwards, the first layer is called as the physical layer, and the second one is called as your data link layer, right? So switch is a layer 2 device and your router is a layer 3 device. So ये चीज आपने अपने ध्यान में रखनी है. I mean, if somebody is not saying that the router or switch, if he's going to say you that I want to work with the layer 3 devices. So layer 3 devices का मतलब क्या होता है? Only router. आपका जो router होता है that works on a layer 3. So you must have to say that layer 3 device always a router. And if somebody asks you that layer 2 device, तो layer 2 device को आपने बगैर किसी confusion के कह देना है कि this is a switch. ठीक है? Switch always works on your MAC address and your router is always works on your IP address. IP address is your logical address. MAC address is your physical address. ये चीजें बहुत basics हैं और this is the basics of your networking. You have to keep all these things inside your mind. I mean, in future, when you will be learning information security, when you will be learning cyber security, or when you will be learning any type of advanced computer network, so you must be doing all these things in basically. अगर ये चीजें आपको नहीं पता होंगी, तो definitely it would be creating a problem, right? So then I have told you that regarding the point-to-point communication and something like that. I've told you that when two computers solely individually are being connected with each other by using a single type of connection, this is what you can call it as a point-to-point connection.
Where I was, yes, direct point-to-point communication. I mean to say that if you want to connect multiple computers with a central device, that central device would be called as your switch and a hub. अच्छा, एक चीज और समझ लें आप. I mean, most of the time, before switch, the device that was used, that was called as an hub. अब हब और स्विच का आपके पास एक ही मैकेनिज्म था. बोथ आर गोइंग टू बी यूज फॉर द सेम पर्पस, दैट इज बीइंग यूज्ड एज अ सेंट्रल डिवाइस. हब, आई मीन टू से दैट. एंड व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस? स्विच इज एन इंटेलिजेंट डिवाइस, हब इज नॉट एन इंटेलिजेंट डिवाइस. मेक श्योर, ठीक है. आपके पास अब इंटेलिजेंट और नॉन इंटेलिजेंट में क्या डिफरेंस है, ये थोड़ा सा आपने डिफरेंस समझना है. व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ hub means that whatsoever the data that is being received at a single port of a hub, that is going to be broadcasted to all the connected ports onto this particular hub. Are you getting? I mean, let's suppose there are 20 ports over a hub and there 20 computers are being connected with that particular hub, right? अब होगा क्या? Let's suppose computer A wants to send data to computer B. Now, whensoever computer A is going to send data, that data would be reached at the hub port. ठीक है, वहां पे पहुंचता है. Then it will not check whether this particular data is going to send to computer B. What he is going to do? He is going to broadcast that particular information to all the connected devices to that particular hub. जो भी उसके साथ, let's suppose 20 computers connected हैं, तो वो एक information जो हमें B को भेजनी थी, वो उसने क्या किया, सबको भेज दी. Now all other computers will discard that information and only the computer, that is computer B, who is responsible to receive that particular data, only that computer would be accepting that particular information. So जनरली दिस इज नॉट द राइट वे, दिस इज नॉट द राइट वे, बिकॉज आपकी बैंडविड्थ यूटिलाइज हो रही है। आपने जस्ट एक कंप्यूटर को डेटा भेजना था, लेकिन वो जो डेटा है वो सब कंप्यूटर्स को भेज दिया गया है, ठीक है। लेकिन 19 को जरूरत नहीं थी, जिसको जरूरत थी उसने उसको एक्सेप्ट किया, बाकी ने क्या, आई मीन व्हाट अबाउट द अदर्स? Actually this is going to reduce the bandwidth or reduce the speed of your network, right? So that must not be the case. So due to that particular reason, your hubs are being replaced with a switch. But what is the difference between a switch and a hub? Switch is more intelligent or intelligenter than your hub. अब स्विच आपके पास क्या करता है, एज सुन एज द डेटा इज बीइंग रिसीव्ड एट द स्विच पोर्ट, वो क्या करता है, वो चेक करता है कि इस पर्टिकुलर डेटा की डेस्टिनेशन पोर्ट कौन सी है, आई मीन on which port I have to send the data. Now let's suppose the destination port for that particular data is, let's suppose port number 23. तो अगर 24 ports हैं तो वो डेटा सिर्फ उसी पोर्ट पे भेजेगा, पोर्ट कंप्यूटर पोर्ट ए या पोर्ट 1 पोर्ट 23 पे भेजेगा जहां पे वो कंप्यूटर बी कनेक्टेड है। Are you getting me or not? Right? That data is not going to be broadcasted to all the connected devices or connected computer with that particular switch. That is the difference between a hub and a switch. Hub is not is a non-intelligent device, and your switch is an intelligent device. So in a point-to-point communication, there must not be any central device. आपके पास हर एक डिवाइस दूसरी डिवाइस के साथ डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड होती है, एंड अ पॉइंट टू पॉइंट लिंक इज गोइंग टू बी क्रिएटेड। somehow it is better in a very smaller network, it's fine, but when we are talking about an enterprise network, let's suppose we have a thousands or hundreds of computers which are being connected with certain sort of topology, so ultimately we require a central device that is called as a hub or a switch. I mean not a hub, nowadays we must not be using a hub, we are using a switch, ठीक है। तो आपके पास switch use हो रहा होता है। so that was the basic idea regarding the point to point communication and direct communication and point to point and central device communication. So that was a review to lecture number 6. Now we will come to our original lecture, shared communication channels. LAN developed in late 1960s and early 1970s. I mean that was the date on which your computer, I mean your LAN technologies was developed. I mean 60s and 70s में इनको discover किया गया। Now what is the key idea? The key idea behind that particular technologies are reduced number of connections by sharing connection among many computers, right? That was the main idea. I mean we are going to reduce the number of connection by sharing the connection among many computers, right? Ultimately when we are talking about a LAN, a local area network, what we are going to do, we are going to share the resources, share the connection, and all the computers can share with each other the data without any disruption. But if we do not have the concept of LAN, what we have to do, ultimately we have to take a data from one computer to another computer, and it would be a very messy procedure. I mean it would be a very difficult procedure to transfer your data from one computer to another computer. Now shared communication channels, I mean this one, each LAN consists of a single shared medium, right? The computers take turns using the medium. Sharing a single medium over a long distance is inefficient due to the long delays. Now see, I have told you in the previous class also, there are certain topologies. Topologies means the structures of a network. How your data has to access a particular medium. आपके data ने आपके medium को access कैसे करना है? This is very important thing to discuss here, right? अब यहाँ पे जो आपके पास ये बात कर रहे हैं ना, shared communication channel, he is talking about a bus topology. Okay. Now, the medium that is being used by the bus topology or the bus network, you may say that, that is a shared medium, right? Let's suppose if we have a single medium and all the computers are being connected with a shared medium, right? And make sure the both end of that particular mediums are going to be terminated by a particular terminators. Why we are going to place the terminators at the end of that particular medium? Because your signal may not be lost because of that particular if we do not have the terminators, your signal might be lost, right? When it is going to I mean reaches at the destination, it might be lost, right? So for that reason we have a single medium and all the computers are being connected with the bus topology, bus network. ठीक है, अब होगा क्या? I mean, let's suppose if there are three computers, computer A, B, and C are being connected with, I mean, bus network or bus topology. In a bus topology, only single computer at a single time can share or can send or can receive the data. This is very important. ठीक है जी, शेयर्ड मीडियम या शेयर्ड कनेक्शन का ये सबसे बड़ा डिसएडवांटेज होता है कि एट अ सिंगल टाइम ओनली वन कंप्यूटर कैन सेंड एंड रिसीव द डेटा। उसका रीजन बड़ा सिंपल है, आपके पास एक ही लैन की रोड है, ठीक है, उसके ऊपर अगर आप सामने से डेटा, सामने से गाड़ी आ रही है और आप भी उसी पे जा रहे हैं एंड देयर इज नो एनी वे अदर वे, तो अल्टीमेटली व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी हैपन, द कोलिजन अकर, एंड व्हेन द कोलिजन अकर्स the all bandwidth is going to, all the data that is on the way, it is going to be destroyed। ठीक है, वो सारी की सारी चीजें डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाती हैं। अगर आपका एक्सीडेंट होता है तो आपकी जो बाकी ट्रैफिक है that is also going to be stopped। it can, you cannot travel if you have a single road और वहां पे आपके पास कोई एक्सीडेंट हुआ है तो उससे वो सारा रोड ब्लॉक हो जाएगा and you cannot send, I mean you cannot travel through that particular area। the same is going to be happen over a bus topology। what is going to be happen if you have the single shared medium that is in the bus topology, अब होगा क्या, only a single computer can send data and for that reason every computer has to sense the medium before sending the data and it would be checking whether the data or whether the medium is free to send the data or not। जैसे ही computer sense करेगा कि yes the data, I mean your medium is free to send the data, तो computer A would be sending the data over a मीडियम। अब वो डेटा ट्रैवल करेगा और जिस भी कंप्यूटर के पास जाना है, इट वुड बी रिसीविंग एट द रिसीवर। बट मेक श्योर ड्यूरिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर ट्रांसमिशन, वंस यू हैव बीन गिवन अ चांस टू सेंड कंप्यूटर ए टू सेंड द डेटा ओवर अ नेटवर्क, नो अदर कंप्यूटर कैन सेंड द डेटा। इफ मिस्टेकनली इफ एनी अदर कंप्यूटर इज गोइंग टू सेंड द डेटा एट द सेम टाइम, आई मीन आपके मीडियम, आपका जो शेयर्ड मीडियम है उसके ऊपर डेटा पहले से ही ट्रैवल कर रहा है और दूसरे किसी डिवाइस ने भी डेटा शेयर कर दिया, उसने किसी और डिवाइस को भेज दिया, तो ultimately what is going to be happen, the collision occurs and once the collision occurs the data is going to be lost, right? So this is the basic, आप समझ लेंगे, disadvantage of the bus topology। but make sure for a smaller network you might have to use the bus topology in older days, but nowadays this is totally obsolete। we must not be saying that कि obsolete, लेकिन अब हमारे पास ये चीज, I mean bus topology most of the time use नहीं होती। अगर आप बैठे आप, ultimately you people are also very much familiar with the networks, or I mean you people are in the department or something like that, so in our labs we only have the star topology। ठीक है, वो मैं आगे चल के डिस्कस करूंगा कि what the star topology is, but make sure कि you must have a clear idea कि आपके पास bus topology होती क्या है, ठीक है, और उसके disadvantages क्या हैं, right? This is regarding the shared communication channel। then growth of a LAN technologies, LAN technologies reduces cost by reducing the number of connection। this is very much obvious। I mean आपको एक central device नहीं लगानी पड़ती, you must not have to have an individual connection, you just have a single LAN, single media and all the computers are being connected with a single media, it is cost effective, first thing। but attached computers compete for use of a shared connection, but what is the disadvantage, every computer who is being connected with that particular media has to compete for the its turn। I mean to say that अगर मैंने डेटा सेंड करना है तो मैं चेक करता रहूंगा हर दफा कि कब मेरा चैनल फ्री होता है and then I can send the data। once if the channel is not free I cannot send the data। so this is the disadvantage। local communication almost exclusively LAN, लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस ऑलमोस्ट एक्सक्लूसिवली पॉइंट टू पॉइंट। आई मीन आपके पास जो लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस कम्युनिकेशन है दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल थ्रू दिस पर्टिकुलर नेटवर्क्स और लैंड्स आपके जो होते हैं दे आर ओनली इन अ स्मॉल बिल्डिंग or you may say that in a small offices inside a building you cannot say that कि जी आपने एक हैदराबाद टू जामशोरो एक ऑफिस है उसको आपने लैन टेक्नोलॉजी या लैंड टोपोलॉजी से कनेक्ट करना है, that is not possible, right? so this is very much obvious regarding the growth of LAN technologies। then significance of LANs and locality of preferences। LANs are most popular form of computer networks, we all know that। ठीक है जी, LAN technologies are inexpensive, we also know that we do not require any type of central device like switches or hubs, we just need a media or cable and all the computers would be connected with them। The demand for LAN is related to the locality of the reference principle, right? Now, what is the locality of the reference principle? Principle of locality of reference helps to predict computers' communication patterns, spatial or physical, locally or reference. Now, computers are likely to communicate with other computers that are located nearby. ठीक है जी, ये आपके पास हो गई spatial और physical locality of a reference. I mean अगर आपके पास computers nearby connected हैं तो with other computers that are locally or nearby to that particular computers. Temporal locality of reference, computers are likely to communicate with the same computers repeatedly, right? So these are the two ways through which you are going to connect your computers. They are called in a LAN locality of reference principle. ठीक है जी, ये principle है हमारे पास locality of reference principle. Thus LANs are effective because of spatial locality of reference, and temporal locality of reference may give insight into which computers should be on a LAN. ठीक है, तो दिस इज अ जनरल प्रिंसिपल. ठीक है, इसको आपने इतना ज्यादा कंसीडरेशन में नहीं लाना. दिस इज सम सॉर्ट ऑफ फिजिक्स सॉर्ट ऑफ लॉ कि जी आपके पास अगर वो लोकली कनेक्टेड हैं तो दे आर कॉल्ड एज यूर स्पैटियल और फिजिकल लोकली और रेफरेंस, और टेम्पोरल लोकली ऑफ रेफरेंस में ये है कि कंप्यूटर्स आर लाइकली टू कम्युनिकेट विद द सेम कंप्यूटर रिपीटेडली. So this is just a definition that you have to understand. Then we will come to the basic कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ लैंड टोपोलॉजीज. ठीक है जी, लैंड टोपोलॉजी. अब देखिए ये चीज आपको क्लियर होंगी आगे व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट स्टार रिंग एंड बस टोपोलॉजी. सो नेटवर्क मे बी क्लासिफाइड बाय इट्स शेप. शेप मींस स्ट्रक्चर. वन इज बीइंग कॉल्ड एज योर स्टार, another one is called as your string, the third one is called as your bus. अब आ जाए जरा स्टार टोपोलॉजी के ऊपर. आई मीन एवरीबडी कैन सी दिस पर्टिकुलर स्क्रीन और आपको ये स्लाइड नजर आ रही होगी. ठीक है, सो स्टार टोपोलॉजी इज ऑल कंप्यूटर्स आर अटैच्ड टू अ सेंट्रल पॉइंट. दैट इज वेरी मच श्योर कि आपके पास, मैं सेंट्रल पॉइंट का नाम नहीं ले रहा, मैं नहीं कह रहा हब या स्विच. आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू से यू दैट कि दे आर बीइंग कनेक्टेड बाय अ सेंट्रल डिवाइस दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ सेंट्रल पॉइंट. राइट नाउ यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. सेंटर ऑफ स्टार इज समटाइम्स कॉल्ड अ हब. आई मीन बेसिकली हब ही कनेक्टेड था पहले, लेकिन उसके बाद हमने उसको रिप्लेस किया स्विच के साथ. लॉजिकल वर्सेस फिजिकल स्टार. ठीक है जी, तो अब ये देखें इस डायग्राम के अंदर computers connected to a network. These are the computers, these are the rectangles are being called as not squares are being acted as a computers, and a central device, a circular device, is being called as a hub. Now what is the advantage of star topology? The advantage of star topology is each computer is connected with that particular central device. There is no any shared medium that would be occurring like the bus topology. इसमें आपके पास हर एक कंप्यूटर जो है वो आपके पास एक सेंट्रल डिवाइस के साथ डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड है. There must not be any shared sort of medium between the computers. ठीक है, अच्छा जी. Star topology in practice, if you can see in this particular diagram, a previous diagram is idealized like if you have a hub, something like that, RJ45 connector, और ये सारे के सारे computers हैं which are being connected twisted pair wiring which are going to connect each computer with that particular central hub. ठीक है, इसके साथ ये कनेक्टेड है. तो मेक श्योर इफ यू कैन सी इनसाइड योर लैब्स, अगर आपने सॉफ्टवेयर डिपार्टमेंट के अंदर लैब्स देखी हूँ, लैब 5, लैब 6 और जो भी लैब्स हमारे पास हैं, दे ऑल आर बीइंग कनेक्टेड यूजिंग द स्टार टोपोलॉजी. The central device is not hub here because hub is a non-intelligent device. That is why I have told you that hub is no more be used because it is going to broadcast all the information that is being received at the one point of that particular hub. ठीक है, तो उसको रिप्लेस करके हमने स्विच लगाए हुए हैं. लेट्स सपोज देयर आर 40 कंप्यूटर्स. मेक श्योर इन अ सिंगल स्विच, जो आपके पास स्टैंडर्ड स्विच होता है, हाउ मेनी कंप्यूटर्स कैन बी कनेक्टेड एट अ सिंगल टाइम विद अ सिंगल स्विच? 24. आपके पास जो बेसिक एक आइडियल स्विच आता है जो आप नॉर्मली परचेज करते हैं फॉर योर ऑफिस, दैट इज ऑफ 24 पोर्ट्स. 24 पोर्ट से ज्यादा पोर्ट्स नहीं होते, वो फिर स्पेशल टाइप ऑफ स्विचेस होते हैं जिसमें आप पोर्ट्स बढ़ा देते हैं. सो लेट्स सपोज इफ यू हैव 40 आई मीन इन योर लैब देयर आर 40 कंप्यूटर्स, हाउ मेनी switches you would be required? Definitely you would be requiring two switches, two switches, each one of 24 ports. ठीक है, तो आपके पास टोटल 48 ports हो जाएंगे. एंड secondly 40 ports may be used for the connecting computers, और 8 जो ports हैं they might be using for some other purposes in future. If some port is not working, you can replace that particular port with another port, right? तो मेक श्योर स्टार टोपोलॉजी की एग्जांपल आपको बड़ी क्लियर होनी चाहिए कि आपके डिपार्टमेंट के अंदर जो आपकी लैब के अंदर जो टोपोलॉजी है या स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अ कंप्यूटर्स है या आपके पास जो लेआउट ऑफ योर कंप्यूटर्स हैं, दैट इज व्हाट यू कैन कॉल इट एज एन स्टार टोपोलॉजी. यू विल नेवर से कि दिस इज अ बस टोपोलॉजी, राइट? इज दैट क्लियर? राइट. एंड मेक श्योर, अब मैं आपको एक और चीज भी बता दूं, स्टार टोपोलॉजी चलें आगे चल के बताता हूं मैं आपको, राइट? So we will come to the ring topology. Computers connected in a closed loop. First passes data to the second passes data to, and so on. Logical versus physical ring. Now see, inside a ring topology, what is going to be happen? Your computers are being connected in a ring. I mean, all computers are being connected in a ring. The first computer is connected with the second is being connected with the third is being connected with the fourth, and the fifth computer is again connected with the first. ठीक है जी. अब जो आपस में ये connected है, there must not be any central device that is being used inside the ring topology, but make sure your ring topology works on a token ring idea. I mean token on a principle of token ring technology. ठीक है. अब token ring technology क्या होती है? I mean every computer who wants who can send and receive the data which possesses the token. आपके पास अब token एक sort of software या एक small information होती है. अब वो token जिस भी computer के पास है वो data send और वो data receive कर सकता है inside a ring topology. I mean the other computers have to wait until and unless that token would be free and would be sent to the second computer or the next neighboring computers. अब अगर आप इस डायग्राम को देखें तो इस डायग्राम के अंदर जो आपके पास यहाँ पे फर्स्ट कंप्यूटर है जिसको मैं अब आई कैन नॉट हाईलाइट इट, बट आपके पास जो टॉप राइट कॉर्नर पे पहला कंप्यूटर है, अगर इसने आपको डेटा और सेंड रिसीव करना है तो अल्टीमेटली ही पजेस द टोकन. ठीक है. और बाकी सारे उसको सुनेंगे. जैसे ही वो फ्री होगा, आई मीन उसने डेटा सेंड कर दिया, तो दैट टोकन वुड बी फ्रीड एंड वुड बी सेंड टू द नेक्स्ट कंप्यूटर, और फिर सेकंड अपना डेटा सेंड और रिसीव करेगा, और देन इट वुड बी गोइंग टू द थर्ड, फोर्थ एंड सो ऑन. सो ओनली कंप्यूटर्स those who possess the token can send and receive data over a ring topology, and that is called as your token ring topology, right? Then in last what we have the bus topology, right? All computers are attached to a single long cable, as I already told you in the few minutes before regarding the bus topology. आपके पास एक single cable के साथ आपके सारे computers connected होते हैं, and any computer can send and data to any other computer. ठीक है. कोई भी कंप्यूटर किसी भी कंप्यूटर को डेटा भेज सकता है. ठीक है. Coordination required to decide which computer uses the line at what time. I mean the same thing, every computer has to the coordination must be done that only the computer who is sending the data must be the only one computer who can send the data. No any other computer at the same time can send and receive the data, right? You can see this is an example of a bus topology. You can see here in the diagram आपके पास एक single wire है जिसके साथ सारे computers at a same time shared cable के साथ connected है. ठीक है. तो obviously अगर दो computers at a single time आपका data send करेंगे तो वो ultimately collide होगा over a channel, right? Reason for multiple topologies, each topology has advantages and disadvantages. अब देखें एक बड़ा सिंपल सा आपको एडवांटेज बता दूं, रिंग में और बस में क्या डिसएडवांटेज है? द डिसएडवांटेज इज इफ द नेटवर्क इज गोइंग टू बी कट डाउन फ्रॉम द सेंटर, कहीं से भी आपके पास नेटवर्क जो है वो डिस्कनेक्ट होता है, द होल नेटवर्क इज गोइंग टू बी डाउन. उसका बड़ा सिंपल सा एग्जांपल, बड़ा सिंपल सा रीजन है कि अगर बस टोपोलॉजी को आप सेंटर से डिस्कनेक्ट कर देंगे, ऑल द कंप्यूटर्स व्हिच आर ऑन द राइट एंड लेफ्ट हैंड साइड दे कैन नॉट कम्युनिकेट विद ईच अदर, इवन दे कैन नॉट कम्युनिकेट विद अमंग देमसेल्व्स आल्सो. ठीक है. वो नहीं कम्युनिकेट कर सकते. इन द सेम वे इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ रिंग, even a ring topology, if it is being disconnected for any reason from any part of this particular ring, तो आपका पूरे का पूरा नेटवर्क डाउन हो जाएगा. You cannot communicate using a ring topology. But if we are talking about a star topology, a very good disadvantage of this particular network is if any one of the point to point connection, जो आपके पास एक direct connection है कंप्यूटर से, I mean to say that central device तक, if one of them or two of them are going to be malfunctioning, if they are not working properly, it could be the possibility only these two computers would not be over the network. ये आपके पास disconnect होंगे, all other devices, all other computers which are connected over this particular topology are working properly, there must not be any option, there must not be any problem to other computers. But what is the disadvantage of this particular topology? If the central device is going to be failed, अगर आपका सेंट्रल डिवाइस आई मीन जो स्विच या हब लगा हुआ है अगर वो डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाता है, वो मेल फंक्शनिंग हो जाता है, उसकी लाइट चली जाती है या उसके अंदर कोई हार्डवेयर प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है, तो योर होल नेटवर्क इज गोइंग टू बी डाउन, right? So these are the few advantages and disadvantages of a ring topology, star topology and bus topology. I have told you. अब ये इसके वही लिखे हुए हैं, each topology, let me read it for you. In a ring topology, it is easy to coordinate access. However, entire network is disabled if a cable cuts occurs. ये मैंने बता दिया आपको. In a star, only one computer is affected when a cable cuts occurs. Fine. In a bus, needs fewer wires that transfer. However, entire network is disabled when a cable cuts occur. Right? The thing I have discussed with you. Widely used LAN technologies. Ethernet. Okay. Actually, आपने ईथरनेट वर्ड का नाम सुना होगा मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम. ईथरनेट केबल, ईथरनेट स्टैंडर्ड, ईथरनेट समथिंग लाइक दैट. नाउ ईथरनेट इज अ लैन स्टैंडर्ड. ठीक है जी, आपके पास एक स्टैंडर्ड है, इसको थोड़ा सा अंडरस्टैंड करने की जरूरत है. आपकी जो भी डिवाइसेस है ना, दे आर गोइंग टू बी डिजाइंड अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट पर्टिकुलर स्टैंडर्ड. अब जो भी ईथरनेट स्टैंडर्ड के अंडर डिवाइसेस आती हैं, दे हैव टू फॉलो द रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस व्हिच आर बीइंग डिफाइंड बाय द ईथरनेट स्टैंडर्ड. लाइक I have told you that Mehran University is ISO certified university. Everybody knows that. ठीक है, आप लोग जब एडमिशन लेते हैं ना, तो आप लोगों को बताया जाता है कि जी एक इंटरनेशनल ISO सर्टिफिकेशन है, जो इंटरनेशनल एक क्वालिटी एजेंसी है जिसने मेहरान यूनिवर्सिटी को सर्टिफाई किया हुआ है. मेहरान यूनिवर्सिटी is a very well reputed university, is ISO certified. ठीक है, अगर वो कहते रहें जी well reputed है, बहुत अच्छी है, एजुकेशन अच्छी है, nobody would believe that. But if they are going to say that ISO certified का मतलब ये है कि ISO is an standardizing agency, which is an international standardizing agency, who is going to endorse that Mehran University is ISO 9001 or whatsoever the standard they are using, that is certified. Once you have the certificate of ISO 9001, what does it mean? It means that all the things which are going to be happen inside Mehran University according to the standards of ISO 9001. ठीक है. अब मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम आपने देखा होगा कि जी आपके पास A4 साइज पेज का पेपर यूज होना चाहिए. ठीक है जी, आपकी जो भी डॉक्यूमेंटेशन होगी ना, वो A4 साइज के डॉक्यूमेंट पे होगी. आपकी जो डिग्री निकलेगी या आपकी जो निकलेंगी, आई मीन दीज आर द डिफरेंट स्टैंडर्ड्स व्हिच आर बीइंग यूज्ड फॉर द डिग्री पेपर, फॉर द मार्कशीट पेपर और समथिंग लाइक दैट. अब अगर आप इस चीज को फॉलो करते हैं, ठीक है, इट मींस दैट यू हैव टू मेक अ कॉपी ऑफ ईच एंड एवरीथिंग. नाउ एट द एंड ऑफ ईच ईयर और एट द एंड ऑफ 2 or 3 years, ISO team would come to Mehran University and they will audit each and everything whether the university is following ISO standard or not. अब वो कैसे audit करेंगे? Ultimately they would check all the standards which are being defined inside their standard ISO, और फिर उसको डबल चेक करेंगे यूनिवर्सिटी के साथ कि जो हमने यूनिवर्सिटी को जो गाइडलाइंस दी थी उन्होंने उसको फॉलो किया या नहीं किया. इफ दे हैव फॉलोड ऑल दीज गाइडलाइंस व्हिच आर बीइंग लिस्टेड इनसाइड इन ISO 9001 स्टैंडर्ड, so they would give you a certification that yes, Mehran University is quality wise good, it is following international education standards, it is following the rules, and now we will confirm them that this is ISO 9001 certified. In the same way, we might have the Ethernet standard. I mean, let's suppose आपके पास कोई RJ45 कनेक्टर है, आपके पास एक RJ45 जैक है, आपके पास Ethernet केबल है, आपके पास STP, UTP केबल्स है. Now Ethernet has already defined certain set of standards. उसने सेट ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड्स डिफाइन कर दिए हैं. अब जिस भी कंपनी ने, लेट्स सपोज मैं एक कंपनी खोलता हूँ अपनी, ठीक है, और मैं कहता हूँ कि जी मैंने STP और UTP केबल्स बनाना शुरू करनी है. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि मैं अपने बेस से उठा के केबल्स बनाना शुरू कर दूँ. यस आई कैन, I mean without any standard I can make those particular cables, but these cables would not be used with the other hardware. The reason is it is a basic Ethernet standard. If your company is going to follow that particular standard, तो वो डिवाइसेस आपकी बाकी ईथरनेट डिवाइसेस के साथ कंपैटिबल होंगी. कंपैटिबिलिटी का तो मतलब पता है ना, ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता कि जो ईयरपॉड्स हैं आपके, आई मीन टू से दैट आईफोन के, दे कैन बी यूज विद द एंड्रॉइड फोन्स, एंड्रॉइड फोन के साथ वो यूज हो जाए, क्योंकि उनकी कंपैटिबिलिटी है कि वो आईफोन के साथ ही यूज होंगे, आपके वो एंड्रॉइड या सैमसंग के साथ यूज नहीं हो सकते। सेम वे, इफ यू आर गोइंग टू फॉलो द स्टैंडर्ड प्रोसीजर टू मेक यूर हार्डवेयर, तो वो बाकी ईथरनेट हार्डवेयर के साथ कंपैटिबल होगा। अगर आप अपने स्टैंडर्ड से बनाते हैं एंड इफ यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू फॉलो द ईथरनेट स्टैंडर्ड, तो बाकी डिवाइसेस उसके साथ कम्युनिकेट नहीं कर पाएंगी। ठीक है, सो दिस इज द बेसिक आइडिया रिगार्डिंग द ईथरनेट। ठीक है जी, अब आ जाते हैं जरा इसकी डेफिनेशन जो इसने लिखी हुई है। इन्वर्टेड सोर्स पार्क पैलो रिसर्च सेंटर इन 1970s डिफाइंड स्टैंडर्ड बाय Xerox, Intel and Digital Equipment Corporation. DIX standard now managed by IEEE 802.3 define formats, voltages, cables, lengths। ठीक है जी, वही चीज जो मैं आपको बता चुका हूँ कि हर एक चीज का अपना एक स्टैंडर्ड होगा जो उसके अंदर लिस्टेड है। ठीक है जी, then use bus topology, single coaxial cable, the ether, multiple computers connect, one ethernet cable is sometimes called a segment, limited to 500 meters in length, minimum separation between connection is 3 meters or something like that। अब देखें, आपके पास मैंने आपको बताया था ना कि हर एक डिवाइस की एक लेंथ, एक एसटीपी की मैक्सिमम 200, 300 और 400 मीटर एक लेंथ है। उसके बाद उसका सिग्नल जो है इट इज गोइंग टू बी डिग्रेडेड। व्हाई? बिकॉज इट इज एन ईथरनेट स्टैंडर्ड। यू कैन नॉट prolong your ethernet cable up to 1000 kilometers because it is not the capacity of that particular cable to take your signal from up to 1000 kilometers। yes, but it is a possibility that it can take your signal up to 100, 200 or 300 meters। so this is in standard that has been defined। ठीक है जी, तो आ जाए ओरिजिनली ईथरनेट स्पीड आपके पास क्या है। आई मीन जो भी आपकी ईथरनेट डिवाइसेस होंगी, either it is a cable, it is a modem, it is something, and any device, उसकी मैक्सिमम स्पीड क्या है। ओरिजिनली 3 megabits per second, current standard is 10 megabits per second, fast ethernet operates at 100 megabits per second or gigabit ethernet per second। have you ever seen your LAN card at your computers? उसके ऊपर लिखा होता है गीगाबिट इथरनेट। ठीक है जी, फास्ट ईथरनेट और समथिंग लाइक दैट। ठीक है, आप कभी चेक कीजिएगा जाके अपनी स्पेसिफिकेशन के अंदर, कंप्यूटर्स के अंदर, तो वो लैन कार्ड के साथ लिखा होता है गीगाबिट ईथरनेट स्टैंडर्ड। नाउ ईथरनेट इज अ स्टैंडर्ड on which that particular device has to be designed। अब उसकी स्पीड क्या होगी, मैक्सिमम स्पीड जो है वो फास्ट ईथरनेट ऑपरेट्स एट 100 megabits per second। ठीक है जी, और जो गीगाबिट ईथरनेट्स हैं दे आर गोइंग टू बी ऑपरेट एट gigabits per second, I mean devices, right? So this is what the different speeds which are going to be followed by different sort of standards। Then you have encoding using an Ethernet, Manchester encoding use signal changes to encode data। अब ये actually yes, this is something like how you are going to encode your data, how you are going to decode your data। Your modem is being used for encoding and decoding। Ultimately they are again going to use the Ethernet standard। ठीक है जी, ये अब encoding अगर आपने a change from positive voltage to zero encodes a zero bit। ठीक है, अगर positive voltage से zero encode हो रहा है, it means you are going to encode a zero bit। if a change from zero voltage to a positive voltage, it encodes to a 1 bit, right? so this is something like that। this is going to represent the same thing कि जी अगर आप 0 से 1 पे जाते हैं तो आपके पास 1 bit encode होती है, अगर आप 1 से 0 पे आते हैं तो 0 bit encode होती है, and so on। then you have the Ethernet operations, one computer transmit at a time, signal propagates from transmitter in both direction along length of the segment। we know that Ethernet operation, that is the bus topology, right? You have the single shared medium and all the computers are going to connect with that particular shared medium, and how the collision must be avoided। I mean अब देखें ना, अगर दोनों computers at the same time data send करते हैं तो आपके पास collision occur होगी। अब इस चीज़ को अवॉइड करने के लिए हमारे पास एक टेक्निक यूज होती है, that is called as सिस्मा CD और सिस्मा AD। ठीक है, ये सिस्मा सीडी क्या, सिस्मा स्टैंड फॉर कैरियर सेंस मल्टीपल एक्सेस collision detections and collision avoidance। CD stands for collision detection and CA stands for collision avoidance, right? Right now we have only SISMA, carrier sense multiple access, no central control management when computers transmit on Ethernet cable. Ethernet employs SISMA to coordinate transmission among multiple attached computer. अब SISMA CD और SISMA CA आपके पास दो techniques हैं which are being used during a bus topology communication if your data is being collided. अगर आपके डेटा के अंदर collision हो जाती है तो that data has to be retransmitted from the computer from the sender. ठीक है, और अगर कोलिजन नहीं होती दैट्स फाइन. अगर कोलिजन अगर हो जाती है तो इसको हम क्या कहते हैं, सिस्मा सीडी आपके पास क्या करता है, कोलिजन डिटेक्शन क्या करता है, इट इज अगेन आस्किंग योर सेंडर टू रीट्रांसमिट द सेम डेटा in for so that your data would be received at the receiver's end, right? So this is how, but make sure you have to remember that कि आपके पास carrier sends multiple access, collision detection and collision avoidance is being used inside your Ethernet networks and Ethernet networks based upon your bus topology. ठीक है, bus topology is the one type of Ethernet networks, right? Now, summary, what we have covered so far today: the shared communication channel we have covered so far, logical of reference principles, locality of reference principle, LAN topologies, इसमें हमारे पास star आ जाता है, ring आ जाता है और bus आ जाता है, and then we have covered so far regarding the Ethernet. So that is all for today.